Don't you just find it annoying how you watch all these aiming videos just for them to be useless because you die in like 2 nanominutes? Or is it that you actually enter the gunfight, hit all your bullets, but you completely get router smoke because by the time you start shooting, the other guy already got 10 bullets on you? If this is the case, then man, you need to watch this full video because I'm gonna be sharing 5 tips that's gonna allow you to start getting the first shot off in every gunfight. So you mix this with good aim, and I guarantee you're gonna be able to drop nukes left to right in skill-based matchmaking lobbies. Now listen up, man. The number one reason why you can never get that first shot off is because you don't have perfect centering. Now you might be like, oh, here we go with the centering again. Nah, you don't just need good centering, you need almost perfect, flawless centering. Because most COD players do not have that. So if you got it, it puts you light years ahead of everybody. Centering is so important. If you don't know how to center almost perfectly, everything on this list does not matter. So perfect this before you listen to anything else I'm finna say. Now you might be like, okay, then what is perfect centering? That means no matter what, that little center dot in the middle of your screen is always in a location where an enemy is gonna be. It's never off by the slightest, which means you absolutely ready for anything that come your way. Enemy slide around the corner at Mach 2, doesn't matter because your centering was so good. He jump shot around the corner, doesn't matter, your centering was so good. Man, he could be a movement king. It doesn't matter because your centering was so good to where by the time you try to start that little combo of movements up, he was dead. That's what you call perfect centering. Now you might be like, how do I even get this? It probably gonna take like months or years to acquire this. Nah, man, this is actually really easy to learn. You need to start off by learning each map. You need to learn all the different corners and positions on each map so that way you know where to actually place your dot. Make sure when you change your levels, you center it too, like when you're going downstairs, upstairs. No matter what, your crosshair and dot is on wherever you think the enemy will be at if they just popped up at any given moment. That's probably the biggest thing y'all don't do. Y'all just simply don't change levels with the centering. Y'all probably center, but don't change levels, which means y'all just keep it the same level the whole time you playing. So when you go down the stairs, it's basically not even looking where they're gonna be at. And that's how you be dying. Even when you're using movement, you sliding, it's still gotta be on where you think they gonna pop out at. I'm telling y'all, bro, wait till I do that face reveal. You gonna see my eyes when I'm playing the game. I don't even blink because I'm too busy focused on making sure that dot does not ever slip up. And that's how I be winning so many gunfights. Because once you have perfected centering, you can actually start using some of the tips that are forbidden and no one even knows about in this game. Which brings me to my next tip. You need to start canceling your running animation. I bet you never heard that before. That's why I'm saying you made it to the right place. Now before I start showing how you can do this, let me explain exactly what it even is, because most of y'all don't know. So you're running around the map and then out of nowhere someone just pops up real quick, and by the time you react and start shooting, you basically dead because you was just in that running animation. You couldn't even get the gun up in time to even start aiming or shooting or doing anything really. That's because in this game there's something called sprint to fire. Depending on your gun's sprint to fire speed is going to determine how fast you can get the gun up and start shooting after running. Guns like SMGs are probably the fastest at this. So to fully maximize and increase your sprint to fire speed, when you're running around the map and then so happily someone just pops up, you need to be pulling back on the joystick so you can fully cancel the running animation. See, when you're running, you got the joystick pushing up, but when you see someone, you need to fully just do a 180 and start pushing it back or down. You could also pull it to one of the sides, but this is the best way to do it. It's the way to maximize it, is by pulling it fully back. Because the game will go, oh, he's trying to run backwards. Okay, let me stop him running and then start making him run backwards. But by the time you start trying to run backwards, you already shooting. You can't shoot and run backwards at the same time. So it's like you just tricked the game. And this also works for keyboard and mouse players too. You running with W and then out of nowhere someone pop up, you want to press S because it's the same principle just like controller. But when you cancel the running animation, you don't want to just keep holding S down or keep holding the joystick back. When you running and cancel the animation, you want to eventually go into strafing. That way you still moving and activate that rotational aim assist and strafing and make sure you're not getting hit, all that stuff. So many people have asked me to teach this because it's just not talked about enough. Even your favorite YouTubers who constantly share tips and tricks every day just as I do, they don't even know about this trick because to some degree they may be good, but they did not compete. Here's another thing they probably don't know. You want to press both your aiming button and shooting button at the same time. That's your next tip. And I guarantee you probably not doing this right now because most of us, when we first start playing Call of Duty, it's just natural for us to want to aim and then shoot. So we just waiting until we fully ADS and to even start shooting the gun. Meanwhile, we could just press both of the buttons in at the same time. Even though that's only like a few millisecond change, that's all you need, because Call of Duty is a game of timing. We consistently running off milliseconds and seconds. Once again, this goes for both keyboard and mouse and controller players. You want to press the left click and right click in at the same time. On controller, you want to press both of the bumpers or both of the triggers at the same time. See, me personally, I use the bumpers to shoot. This is because the bumpers are buttons. Unlike the triggers, you gotta press them all the way down before they activate. So when I'm shooting with the bumpers, it's more like I'm using a mouse, but I'm on controller. So I'm getting the best of both worlds. It's like keyboard and mouse with aim assist. Now, if you want to switch the bumpers, all you gotta do is just go into settings, and on the first page, it says edit button layout. You wanna click on that, and you can either choose between default flipped or tactical flipped. Tactical is basically when you just punch with B and drop shot and slide with the joystick. And this way you don't gotta take your hand off the joystick just so you can drop shot. Now, the next tip I got on my list is probably something you've heard so many times from me. You want to bait your teammates. That's literally the key to almost anything you can ask me in this game. You just gotta start baiting the teammates more. They there for something, so why not use them? This means you gotta actually be around teammates. I be seeing some of y'all gameplays and y'all on one side of the map where nobody is. You just solo over there and your whole team on the other side. No wonder people catch you off guard, because you just so surrounded by them. You don't even have any teammates near you to guard you or anything, so you don't know where they coming from. If you don't even put yourself in this situation, then most times they can't even catch you off guard. So basically, you want to stay next to the teammates most of the time. Not really, you ain't gotta really be right next to them now. Just have them close enough to where you can run to them if anything goes wrong. If you run around, you kind of want to have your teammates in front of you, so you kind of following them. And this way, if someone just pops up, most of the time they gonna get shot first because they're in the front. So say they shoot the teammate, kill him, you have more than enough time to react, because while he's shooting at the teammate, you should have been shooting at him. And this way, he's not killing you because you already got the first shot off. He's dead by the time he's done with the teammate. I ain't gonna spend too much time on this because you already know how to bait teammates and know how to do all that stuff. Pretty simple. But the last and final tip is probably something you're not doing whatsoever. You need to stop completely rushing so much and learn how to pre-aim more. Be more patient. By practicing this, you kind of letting the enemies go to you instead of you just running around and finding them. If you already aiming, you don't really gotta worry about sprint to fire, because you staying stationary. Your gun is already up and ready to shoot. So this takes getting caught off guard completely out the equation altogether. You just holding a position. Now make sure you actually looking at a place where the enemies are going to go. Don't be looking in the back of y'all spawn, because I know how y'all get. Y'all look in the back of the spawn and be like, Gunsy, I can't find nobody. And then we look at the first 5 seconds of your gameplay and understand exactly why. But to avoid camping so much and just sitting in one place, if you actually want to move around the map, instead of just running in a straight line or just running around however you do, you want to slide cancel. But as you slide canceling, you just want to be scoping in and aiming real quick at different places where the enemies might be at. I guarantee this is probably one of the best tutorials / tips and tricks on BO6 you've ever seen, because I ain't seen no videos showing you how to get the first shot off. When you actually sit down and practice each and every one of these tricks, you will see a drastic improvement in your overall skill within like the first 2 games of doing this. I bet you go on bots right now and start drilling each of these, and you gonna be like, man, this dude wasn't lying. I'm shooting faster than I ever did before. If you've yet to drop your first nuke, you don't even gotta worry about that, because applying this right here will get you your first nuke. And I'm not talking about no reverse boosted nuke. I'm talking about a skill-based matchmaking nuke. In your regular lobbies with all them tryhards that you be going against, you can nuke them. Because listen, when I learned each of these, I was just as surprised as you, especially that little pull back on the joystick trick, because I never heard of that nowhere else. I just happened to pick it up and apply it and notice, oh my goodness, this is literally a cheat code. People always claim I'm hacking out because the bullet just start firing out the barrel so quick. Like, I ain't never seen that hack before. That's just pure skill. If you found this video helpful and would like to see more Black Ops 6 tips and tricks, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're looking to actually improve and dominate skill-based matchmaking lobbies, this is probably the best thing you can do, because I share the most secret tips that nobody else is going to tell you. Like, just sit down and think about it for a minute. How many of the things in this video have you heard elsewhere? Probably just about the centering and stop rushing so much, but everything else people aren't going to tell you because they probably don't even know it themselves. Another reason why you should subscribe is because I'm posting every day. Subscribing to me is literally a cheat code to gain an unlimited new information. Think about it. If you watch me for a month and every day you just learn something new, you know how good at this game you're going to be in a month? I could take your KD from 1 to 4 in a month. I promise you, I will not waste your time whatsoever. But if you're interested in actually hitting your shots and you want to know the 5 common habits that you might be making that's ruining your aim, then click on this video right here.